afternoon. It's quite fitting that we're almost at lunch, so you're probably very hungry, so we're going to start talking about nutrition. I tried to get things going. So we all love food, right? We all like to eat. We all need to eat. Food is how we get the energy and the nutrients that allow us to stay alive. But each person reacts very differently to food. And this is because our metabolism is very individualized. And when in some occasions this reaction to food might be a positive or a neutral one that doesn't affect us, in some people might be the underlying cause of problems, either immediately as you feel a little bit discomfort or later in life, deciding factor between health and disease. But the problem here is that however, it sounds very simple, but it's actually a quite complex problem. And because there are many factors that influence how our bodies respond to food. And to think about nutrition is to also think about what makes us unique. And we like to talk about the genome and the DNA we inherit from our parents, the environment where we live in, and our lifestyle. But in recent years, the gut microbiome, so the bacteria that live in our guts, have been identified to play a major role, not only in how we digest our foods, but also in our general well-being. To give you a small idea of the dimension of this problem, it is estimated, while numbers vary, that we have 10 times more bacterial genes in our bodies than human. So in a sense, we are more bacterial than human. And the biggest effect that the microbiome is molded by is by diet again. So how can we combine, or how can we make sense of all this information? In our group, we developed virtual maps of metabolism. So these maps, they encapsulate knowledge that has been acquired over decades in terms of biochemistry and metabolic pathways. But the most interesting part of these maps is that we convert them into mathematical models. And we really study what it makes this metabolic or the mechanisms behind certain responses. What's more interesting about this is that we have also developed methods and algorithms that allow to combine medical data, or the data that kind of determines what makes you unique, and integrate that with the analysis we do. And this means that we can start really looking at all this combination of different factors and start to try and design dietary recommendations. And it is in this context that I'm also leading a spin-off project called Nutriomics that wants to translate this technology and bring it to society, and thus break the wall of personalized nutrition. Thank you very much.